Oh,
Hey friends, welcome to this week's episode of The Forgotten City. Rather, unfortunately, I wasn't able to get a DFU recorded, so that way we don't actually have that for this week, so you are getting more of The Forgotten City. Unfortunately, guys, I am extremely busy with my real-time job, and I'm spending almost every waking hour working in some form or another, and it makes it pretty hard to get together with people, especially when I don't have the ability to know, oh hey, I'm good, I can record this evening or something like that. I don't actually know that until basically the moment that it's like, oh hey, the work is done for right now. So with that being said, you guys are just going to get a little bit more gameplay this week from me. We will have more DFUs down the road. That show isn't going anywhere. It's my child, and it's coming with us. Like it'll stay on Dead Funny's repertoire until you guys tell us that you hate it. But until then, well, let's jump back into the Forgotten City. We are, of course, in this cool place where we went back in history. There is an entire city that has what's called the Golden Rule, where if anybody commits a sin, which is a loaded word, then everybody dies. Everyone dies. They get turned to gold. And so what we are trying to do right now is we have been sent by... Ooh, hello. Ooh, okay. Are we loading? Are we done loading? Are we good? Okay. Oh, no, we're not good. We have been sent by the Emperor, or not the Emperor, the Magistrate, excuse me, who I believe is that guy right there. We have been told, hey, go figure out who is going to break the Golden Rule. And he's given us a couple places to start.
Citizen.
And this place is very pretty. Who are you? We're trying to have a chat with this
Name's
gentleman.
Rufus. Better watch your step. Can't talk long, got to stay sharp, but family's from Solution on Tigris, Babylon province. But I've been roaming a long time now. Even joined the legions. The 6th. The one they call Ironclads.
Ooh. How did you
Same
end up
way as
here?
everyone else.
It's not helpful. Why are you still wearing your
Because we're all
armor?
in grave danger. Is it not obvious?
Why don't you have a weapon?
Magistrate made me toss it in the chasm. Stupid. Going to have to improvise now.
Not much of a talker, are you?
If you were dealing with what I am, you wouldn't be either.
What are you dealing
None of
with?
your business. Detroit ipsum conjura.
Let's talk about something else.
We have to.
Do you know a way out of here?
If I did, do you think we'd be having this conversation?
What do you think about the Golden Rule?
I'll tell you this much. I hate the fact that my survival depends on the common sense of other people.
I know, I know the feeling. I have lived through a pandemic.
Then you know what I'm talking about. I mean, all these people just bumble along like nothing's wrong. While we're one bad decision away from being wiped out. Like the last lot of people who lived here. Seems like I'm the only one ready for what's coming. Whatever that is. And when it hits, it's everyone for themselves. You've been warned.
What do you think is coming, Rufius?
I don't know. But did you ever get the feeling some of these statues are watching us when we're not looking?
Yeah.
Like they're waiting for something. I don't like it.
I think you're right.
Of course I am.
Who are you gonna vote for, Rufius?
Meliodas. Not sure I trust Sentius. Couldn't even protect his daughter in a city without sin. How's he going to protect us?
I don't want to ask him if there's anything that I can do to change his opinion. So we're just gonna talk about something else.
Fine.
I'll be going.
Whatever.
Ah, whatever. Oh, man. Rufius. Rufius is having a day. So, we're supposed to go... Why am I here? I don't know why I'm here, Whispering Statue. I am doing my best to figure that out. Alright, yeah, let's go meet. So this is... Lucretia.
Give me a moment. Sorry I'm such a mess. I just lost a patient and a dear friend. Yulia. She was a good woman.
That's hard. What happened?
She was poisoned. She came in here frothing at the mouth. Normally I'd treat her with resin of silphium, a rare plant which is perfect for this sort of thing. And I knew Decius had some at his market stall, right around the corner. So I ran over there, but he just looks at me with this evil smile and says, "That'll be 1,000 denarii." There was no way I could afford that, and he knew it. Then that toad shrugs and says, "Supply and demand. I guess you don't value your friend's life that highly." Anywhere else, I'd just pay a thug to steal it from his stall. But there's no way I can do that down here with the golden rule. So all I could do is come back here and just watch her die. I kept on apologizing. And now I'll never know who poisoned her, or how they managed to do it without breaking the golden rule, or why she cursed that snake's cruel black eyes with her dying breath.
Ugh. Is there anything I can do to help?
Well, unless you have the power to bring someone back from the dead, there's really just one thing you can do. Get me that silphium resin. I'm going to have another patient in here soon. Could be in the next day, or in the next hour. And I will not allow this to happen again. I don't care how you get it, but you have to make it happen. Because if I lose another patient this way, I swear to the gods below, not even the golden rule will stop me from marching up to that genetricum fututo and scratching his eyes out.
Okay, I will see what I can do. Let's see if she'll chat with us. What's your story?
I'm Lucretia, and I'm going to be straight with you. I'm not a physician. This is Nevia's clinic. I've just been filling in ever since she disappeared. I'm tired and out of my depth and miserable all the time. But I'd rather take this on myself than let one of you lot mess it up.
That's fair. How did you end up here?
My husband and I moved to Rome from Caesarea. He embraced the Roman way more than I would have liked, and turned into an awful philanderer. I would have divorced him and demanded the return of my dowry, but I knew he would sooner have me killed than give me my right.
Yeesh.
So I waited for the right time to take what was mine and disappear. And then the fires came. As he prepared to evacuate our villa, I gathered our most precious belongings, coins and gemstones, and the moment his back was turned, I ran. I could barely see for the smoke, and the streets were full of people trampling each other. I ran for the river, like everyone else, and leapt in. The next thing I remember, I was waking up on a riverbank, not far from here.
Oh my god, all of these narratives that are like, hey, she wants to leave and I'll rather kill her than let her do that, or rather kill her than let her make me poor. Like, come on, guys. Like, it's a person's life. It is, hate it. And I'm really sorry that that happened to you, because that is wretched.
It's alright. Say what you will about this place. At least my fornicating husband will never find me. And while there's no shortage of snakes here, at least with the golden rule, they have to try to be discreet about it.
Why are you working out of a shrine?
Oh, this shrine was in use as a clinic long before any of us arrived here. Kind of strange to set up a clinic in the temple of the god of disease. But the god who inflicts a curse is also the only god who can undo it. So I suppose praying to Apollo for healing kind of makes sense.
Tell me more about Navia.
Well, she used to run the clinic. She was a midwife, not a physician, but she was the closest thing we had down here. And she was good too, until she suddenly lost all interest in us. One day she told me she'd made some profound discovery about the golden statues. This changes everything, she kept saying. But I had no idea what she was talking about. The last time I saw her, the last time any of us saw her, she was muttering to the statues, like she could talk to them. And then she shut herself in the palace, barred the door from the inside, and nobody's seen her since. She's been gone so long now, we figure she's either dead or up to something so strange that she doesn't want anyone else to know about it. But I really wish I could reach her, because that's the only hope I have of solving a troubling problem, a real thorn in the paw situation. One of my patients is suffering from terrible rheumatism. His joints are inflamed, and he's in constant pain.
That's Rufius, the gentleman we just met.
He's become so irritable that the smallest things set him off, and I worry he'll end up losing his temper and lashing out. And you know what that means. I just know Navia would know how to treat him, assuming she's still alive. But nobody seems to know how to get into the palace.
So, yeah, let's go ahead and prioritize that one.
That would be wonderful. Thank you. Let me know how you go.
I really like Navia's story. I'm excited that we're gonna look at that. So, jeez. Oh. Medical tools. A collection of barbaric-looking medical instruments, including forceps and shears. Yay.
May Apollo keep you safe.
Yeah, you too. Hey, Apollo. How you doing, bro? Herb rack. A wooden rack containing various dried and ground substances. Most of us have this in our house. Mortar and pestles haven't changed much in the last 2 millennia. Yeah, I mean, you gotta grind stuff in a certain way. Like, there's not a much better way to do it. Okay. Medical implements. Ooh, an old chest. It's locked. Boo. Okay, off we go. So, we've got a lot of... there's Odysseus. That's the gentleman who would not sell a life-saving thing. And he's the reason Yulia's dead. Not a big fan. Loaf of bread. What? Oh, I have to that click, okay. Circular loaf of bread designed to be pulled apart into wedges. It appears freely available to anyone who wants it. Sure, I'll take 2 of them. Great, cool. There's a bunch of them, damn. And this is just a mill. Oh! A stone mill. It looks like flour and grain are poured in from above and ground between the stones as the handles are rotated. Yep. My husband and I went on vacation one time and we found this person that designed this really interesting mill. And he and I stood and we looked at it and we like read the guy's life story about it, him and his wife and all that kind of good stuff. And we just looked at each other and we're like, if we'd been alive in this time, this is probably exactly what we would have been doing. Like, it just, I don't know. It was more than any of the other stories we read. Like, that one really resonated with us. Generous pinch of yeast. Okay, yep, this is literally just a recipe for, like, baking bread. I don't care. Talking to Odysseus makes me angry. Do I want to talk to Odysseus? Sure, let's talk to Odysseus.
Salve, stranger, and welcome to our idyllic little slice of the Empire. I'm Odysseus. Terrible shame what happened to Yulia, but we just have to carry on, don't we?
What's your story?
And
I'm going
how
to
did I
end
end
with
up here?
Sizzlum.
That is a lengthy tale.
Let's tell me.
All right.
Like,
Well, you see, I'm in the business of procuring rare and precious objects liberated from the enemies of Rome. Mostly sculptures, vases, the occasional slave, fetch a magnificent price in Roman high society. Had myself a nice little shop in Rome, just off the Forum. Lots of foot traffic and close to the docks. Good place to be when the fires broke out. See, about 7 months ago, half of Rome caught on fire. Everyone who couldn't get to an outer gate was running for the river, hoping to escape by barge. So I gathered my coins and some priceless vases into a cart and had my most loyal slave girl, pretty young thing named a Canter, push it for me. All the way down to the river, I'm elbowing through a stampede of people, turning back now and then to make sure she hasn't legged it with my valuables. But, to my surprise, we make it, and I see this barge loading up, and it's so full it's almost sinking. But the captain's happy to take my coin, so I start boarding, and then he puts his hand on my chest and he says, "No, too heavy. The cart or the girl." So I did what anyone would have done.
You chose the girl, right?
The girl? Weren't you listening? All my valuables or the girl? I mean, I can always buy a new slave girl if I still have my money. So I put my hand on the cart, and I guess she realised what was happening because those pretty black eyes of hers go all wide. And in one swift motion, she topples the whole bloody thing into the tiber.
So you took her with you after all?
No, I dived in after it, of course. Aren't you paying attention? That was a bloody fortune. Only, I guess I must have hit my head or something because everything went black. When I came to, I'd washed up on the riverbank not far from here with nothing in the world but a single silver coin.
Honestly, sounds like you got what you
I
deserved.
couldn't agree more. I mean, sure, I'd lost a few thousand denarii, but I've already made it back, and this place is a veritable treasure trove.
I hate it.
Look around you. There must be more gold in here than in the treasury of Rome. If I can just figure out how to get it out of here.
So that's the answer. Do you know a way out of here?
I'm afraid not. If you're desperate, I did hear that Aurelia down at the tavern claims to know of a way out, but I'm not sure I trust her. Some people here are a little shady for my liking.
Yeah, like you. Yeah, thanks. I'll keep an eye out. What do you think about the golden rule?
It's terrible for inflation is what it is. There's so much gold just lying around, it's practically worthless. At least down here. Of course, I have an idea for generating real wealth, but what I need is a bow. Just a simple composite bow. I've scoured this city from top to bottom with no luck. But if you happen to find one, bring it to me and we'll talk.
I don't trust him. So we're gonna try to, hasn't the magistrate banned weapons?
Oh, well, technically yes, but that just means you'll need to be a little discreet.
I'm not getting him a bow. I'm not gonna do it.
No need to decide on anything yet. Just sleep on it, yeah?
I don't trust him. No, not interested. Who are you gonna vote for?
Malleolus. I mean, Sentius couldn't even keep his daughter safe. What hope does he have of protecting us?
See, you may notice everybody that said that they're voting for Malleolus, that's almost exactly what all of them say. He can't keep his daughter safe. And that's the kind of thing that is A, essentially meaningless, and B, it's a brilliant narrative, because once you get that narrative started, once that story, picks up, that is a statement that is emotionally compelling, even if it's logically, irrelevant. His daughter, an adult woman, an adult woman, left. She disappeared, and that does not inherently mean that he did something wrong. No, that's a bad argument. I'd like you to vote for Sentius. Let's see what happens.
Not going to happen.
Not interested. Okay, I need some syphilum resin.
Certainly. All I ask is a reasonable price of 1,000 denarii.
How in the world would I come up with 1,000 denarii?
That's hardly my concern. But if you get a job, work hard and save your coins, you should be able to afford it within, say, 5 years?
You're price gouging over life-saving medicine. Sound like anybody else? What's wrong with you?
Oh, it's perfectly legal. Simply a question of supply and demand, I'm afraid. Take it or leave it.
See, I love that we have the opportunity to say, hey, Magistrate Sentius, I think it's this guy. Because if you think about it, if you figured out how to poison people without breaking the golden rule, and you're the only one with life-saving medicine, you're making a nice profit on that. So, the Whisper just said take it at me. So I'm going to ask him, did you hear that?
Hear what?
That whisper.
You sure you're feeling all right? If you're hearing things, perhaps you should pay a visit to Lucretia's clinic. We don't want another Navia on our hands.
What happened to Navia?
She claimed the statues were whispering to her. Nobody else could hear it. Then she shut herself in the palace and we never heard from her again. But I digress. Do you want this silphium or not?
How about I just take it instead?
Well, if you did that, you'd break the golden rule. and we'd share the same fate as the last lot who lived here. Is that what you want?
Yes! No. Take it and run. Okay, so the whispers are telling me to take it and run. Let's find out. I want to see. I don't actually know what's going to happen.
Don't you dare.
Ooh. Steal the syphilum resin from his stall. I am curious, actually. Will that cause... Let's try it.
The
Oh God.
many shall suffer for the
Oh God.
sins of the one.
Oh, no. So if you look, all the... Ah! All of the... Oh God! All of the golden statues are coming to life. And they are... armed with bows, and they are shooting at me. I did not know that that would actually do that. Oh God. Okay, run. We gotta run. We gotta go. We gotta run. We gotta go. Because they are fucking everywhere, as you can see. Ow! Gotta make it, gotta make it, gotta make it, gotta make it, gotta make it. And Sentius's dead body. In this portal we go. Hey! Take it and run. Interesting. I wonder why this is what the Whispers wanted to happen. Because what you guys... I don't think you guys probably know this yet. But there are places you can get coins. And you can get 1,000 coins. It doesn't take that long to do. It's not that hard. So I wonder why the Whispers were like, take it and run. But we have come through the portal, and now we are back.
Salve, friend. I'm Galerius. Mind telling me who you are and what you were doing in the Shrine of Proserpina?
I'm Gecko, and we've had this conversation before.
I don't think so. I've never seen you before in my life.
Your name is Galerius, and you're about to offer to take me to see Sentius so he can tell me about the Golden Rule.
Oh, Bacchus, how much did I drink last night? Sorry to have bothered you.
No problem. I have to go.
Oh, and since you seem to be in a hurry, you should try out this device I made. Worked real hard on it.
I don't know what he's giving me. Oh! Zipline! Yeah! Zipline handlebar, thank you!
Just attach the pulley to the rope over the lake and hang on to the handles. If it works, it'll be faster than walking.
Indeed.
And if it doesn't work, worst thing that can happen is you'll take a swim in the lake. I haven't quite summoned the courage to test it myself.
Oh, I
But
love
don't
Galerius.
worry, it's completely safe. Probably.
Thanks. Bye.
All right. See you around.
Alright, so now we're gonna run the syphilum resin to Lucretia. Because if we get it there fast enough, then we will actually save the woman. Oh, okay, cool. Ah, I'm stuck, I'm stuck. I'm stuck. I know this is a really cool spot that I will bring us back to in just a minute. Hey, Lucretia, I'm gonna help you out.
What are you doing in here? Can't you see this woman is dying? She's been poisoned. She needs the resin of a plant called Sylphium, but that Culus cubulatus decius won't give it to me.
I have syphilum resin. Here, take a little.
What? Quick, give it here. Yulia, you need to swallow this. Here, let me help you. Hopefully in a
And...
moment she should be able to breathe normally.
Hey!
That was extraordinary. How did you know she needed this exact thing? And at this exact moment? Are you some kind of oracle?
Kinda! Let's see. Honestly, you wouldn't believe me if I told you. Honestly, you wouldn't believe me if I told you.
Look, if you don't want to tell me, I won't look a gift horse in the mouth. But no matter. That was like the gods hearing my prayers and intervening. You just saved a person's life, and you should be proud of yourself. She might even be able to thank you herself in a few moments. And maybe she can tell us who poisoned her and who she meant when she was muttering about that snake's cruel black eyes. In the meantime, I'm happy to help you with whatever it is you need.
I keep hearing the statues whispering. Is that normal?
Oh no. Sorry, I don't mean to worry you, but no, that is definitely not normal. There was one other person who claimed she could hear the statues talking to her. But that was Nevia, and she went a little mad.
Concerning. Tell me more about Navia.
Well, she used to run the clinic. She was a midwife, not a physician. But
Okay.
she was the closest until she suddenly lost all interest in us. This changes everything. The last time and then she's been gone.
Okay,
but
so
I
I'm skipping
really
through this
wish
because
I
we
could
already
reach
saw
one of
this.
my
We saw this
patients.
in this episode.
I really shouldn't say. He wouldn't like it. And he's a little bit scary. He's become so irritable that the smallest thing I just know.
I'll get right on it.
Really? That
We're good. Okay, so we have just saved Yulia, who we're going to chat with.
Oh, it's you. Sorry, I'm still a bit out of it. But thanks for trying to help me, I suppose. Was there something you wanted? Lucretia says I'm supposed to rest.
Can I ask what happened to you?
As much as I'm grateful that you tried to help me, it's just not safe for me to talk about it. Please, no more questions.
I want to know how someone poisoned you without breaking the golden rule.
The golden rule. That's the least of my worries. The gods may be cruel, but Malleolus and Claudia are far crueler.
Is that who poisoned you?
Please, just leave me alone. I don't want to talk about it.
I can't help unless you tell me what happened.
Persistent as Nemesis, aren't you?
Yes.
I can tell you, but it's a long saga.
Yeah, I have all the time in the world.
All right. I'd been here about a week when it dawned on me I'd be trapped here for the rest of my life. I could hardly breathe, and I knew I had to get out somehow. So when my new friend Aurelia offered me a secret way out, I would have done anything. And then I learned her asking price. 1,000 denarii. She was supposed to be my friend. I told her it would take me years to save up that much. So she suggested I take out a loan from Malleolus. And I did.
Thinking you'd be out of here before you ever had to pay back the loan.
I'm not proud of it, but yes, I was surprised he agreed to it, to be honest. But I was so happy to have the money I didn't question it. I had to sign an agreement saying I'd work off the debt over 30 years. But I figured I'd be out of here so soon it wouldn't matter. I paid Aurelia, and she gave me her so-called way out. Do you want to know what it was? Hemlock.
Hemlock is poison.
Drink this, she said, and you'll be out of here in no time. Of course, I demanded my money back, but she refused. She pointed to a sign on her tavern saying, "Let the buyer beware." Then she just looked at me with those cruel black eyes, and she laughed. She immediately told Malleolus I'd tried to escape without paying him back. Only, he didn't seem upset or surprised at all.
Because they're in on
In
it together.
fact, he just thanked her. And that's when I realized the two of them had planned the whole thing from the beginning.
And see, this is where... What's the definition of a sin? Does predatory lending count as a sin? Like, in my book, yeah, that's a problem. But in the God's book, or the whatever God is in charge of the golden rule, clearly not. Surely that would have broken the golden rule.
That's what I said to the magistrate. I went to Sentius and begged for help, but he said the law was clear. I'd signed over my labor for 30 years and there was nothing he could do. I thought about resisting too. But Malleolus said if I didn't submit, I'd break the golden rule. And I couldn't be responsible for all those deaths.
Yeah.
So he locked me in his villa, confiscated everything I owned as collateral, and made me wear immodest, humiliating outfits while I worked day in, day out. His wife Claudia was just as bad. She sent me to work on an endless stream of futile, demeaning tasks.
Terrible.
I'd be on my hands and knees, scrubbing the floor clean for hours, only for her to pour slop on it and hiss, "You missed a spot." Those two took everything from me. But they forgot to confiscate one thing. My hemlock.
So you poisoned yourself.
I just wanted it to be over. But it seems I messed that up too. Should have drunk all of it.
No. Nope. Hard no. Nope. No. Nope. Nope.
I brought it on myself. I trusted one of the most callous human beings I've ever met, and tried to swindle the other. I don't know how I could have been so stupid.
So what'll happen to you now?
When I've recovered, I expect their thug Domitius will come for me. He'll escort me back to their villa, and I'll be right back where I started. Only this time, I won't be able to lull myself to sleep at night with the thought of a permanent solution. Honestly, it would have been better if the poison had been allowed to run its course.
Nope. Suicide is not the right option. I'm not in her scenario, but I've seen communities that have been devastated by suicide. Nope. Nope. Not the right answer. There are other answers, and we will actually find that answer for her. So I'm sorry. Is there anything I can do to help?
I doubt it. It seems this is the fate the gods have chosen for me, for trying to escape. At least until someone breaks the golden rule. Maybe it wouldn't be so bad.
I have a better idea. How much would it cost to buy your freedom?
A lot. But it doesn't matter. I made a suicide pact with Ulpius last night. He's in exactly the same position as I am. Malleolus and Aurelius set the same trap for him a month after they did it to me. He and I are in this together. He's probably already thrown himself from the bluff into Malleolus's villa by now. If so, I'd never be able to live with myself, knowing I broke my promise to him.
No. You did everything you could. I stopped you. Perhaps I can help him too.
I doubt you could make it up to the bluff in time. I don't know who you are, or why you seem so determined to help me, but thank you.
Yeah, let's see if we can get to Ulpius. I'll get right on it. Okay, so we gotta try to get to Ulpius. And that, he's 96 kilometers that way on the bluff. That actually is where we are going to leave it for today. I don't want to waste any time and have him jump. We're going to leave it right there. And we are going to see if we can save Ulpius. We are going to eventually find Navia. And I foolishly thought that this was going to be, 4 episodes of a Let's Play. And that was clearly wrong because I forgot about all of the wonderful world building and story building and the side quests. There's a whole bunch of quests that we can do that don't get us towards any of the endings, but really build out and create a lot of interest in the world that we're in. So we're not gonna do this in 4 episodes. This is gonna be a few more, but hopefully you guys are happy. We got to meet a few characters this time. We got to meet Lucretia, we got to meet Rufius, we got to meet Yulia, excuse me. And we're getting a better sense of what sin means in this context, because predatory lending, not a sin. Lying, not a sin. Suicide, not a sin. So, okay, then what is? We know theft counts because I stole something and we had to run. But, like, even predatory pricing and things like that, like using your actions to prevent saving someone's life. So letting someone die by your inaction. That's apparently not a sin either. So there's a lot to play with here that's a little bit complicated. So I'm looking forward to going through this with you guys again, and then of course when we eventually do get to the point where we have the 4th ending. I haven't seen that yet, so let's jump in next week in the next episode of The Forgotten City. Thanks guys for being here, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye friends!